Lego Fortnite just came out, so I'm spending 100 days in it. So after spawning, I had a brief chat with Bright the Bomber, and it seems like we'll need to collect some resources around us in order to get by on this place. So I gathered some resources, and afterwards I encountered my first enemies in the game, which were these two spiders. I emerged victorious, of course. And after finding a suitable location, I made a campfire and also a crafting bench, and then proceeded to make a pickaxe where I could finally mine some rocks to get more granite. I also made a forest axe after gathering more resources. I went chopping for wood, mined some rocks, and after encountering this wolf, I was very courageous and tried to beat it, but I did no damage, so I ran for my life. After arriving home, I made two simple shacks, so I had a roof on my head, and also to protect my crafting bench from the rain, as it was useless when it's wet. After a bit more resource collecting at night, I made a village square and claimed this land as mine. And I made a short sword out of the wooden rods I made from the lumber mill. On day 2, I followed the fairy thinking it would lead me to riches, but it led me to a disappointment. Like me. I then expanded my village and made a grill to cook my raw food in. Then I encountered yet another wolf, but this time with a sword on hand, it stood no chance. And whilst walking on my journey, I also found this crab monster standing guard on this abandoned house, which I easily took care of. At night, I found a group of skeletons ganging up on a wolf, so I had to steal the kill and ran as fast as I could before they could beat me to death. As I got home, an NPC greeted us, and the name was Aura. So having no villagers on my village other than Bright, I told her she could stay in the village. And afterwards, I went exploring to the cave near my village and beat up some monsters lurking in the dark. Since I had enough materials, I upgraded my crafting bench, and now I was able to make an uncommon axe, which made it possible now to gather some knotroot only found in the caves. And with this knotroot, I could make a knotroot rod from the lumber mill, which was needed to make an uncommon pickaxe, which enables me to mine marbles. What a productive day. After cleaning the cave with all its available materials, I went home full of resources. After reaching my base, I decided to craft some health charms, and look at my HP. I also crafted an uncommon crossbow and longsword. This should help a lot on our DPS. Then on day 6, I just gathered more resources. And while taking a stroll on day 7, I stumbled upon these human NPCs fighting a crab, and I immediately went there and annihilated them. I then continued my stroll looking for the desert biome, the beach, or the dry valley, but it seems I'm in the center of a large grassland, and it took a while before I finally stumbled upon the desert. I even found a cornfield from exploring this log. Neat. And finally, I found the beach. I immediately head over and tried to look for a sand crab and a desert pool. I needed their materials to upgrade my crafting bench, and after a bit more walking, I finally reached the dry valley. With no hesitation, I went to the geyser as I was curious, and I flew up and went to the mountain. And there was absolutely nothing here. I then went down and fought some wolves. And then afterwards, I went to a mountain again and finally found something. These are ambers. And feeling like an immortal, I jumped thinking I would live, but well... So I ran again towards the desert as fast as I can. I gathered a lot of ambers, so I won't need to anymore in the future. And as night fell, I decided to fight some monsters as they drop pretty unique stuff. Like these skeletons would drop blast powder, which would be needed to make some rockets later on, or some switches. And then I also fought these random human NPCs and I almost died here. Oh my god, this is so cool. But yeah, I survived. Nice. And after a fierce night of fighting all these monsters and enemy NPCs, I had a genius idea. I didn't want to go home empty-handed, and look at this guy. This guy's dynamite actually broke this cactus. So I decided I'm just gonna bomb these since I don't have an axe to break these. As I didn't have an unlimited supply of blast powders, I decided to have an accomplice on my venture to get more material. So I got this guy to throw me some grenades. We'll name him Jeff. And he's our farmer. Look at him go. Just exploding all these cactus. Thank you, Jeff. I arrived home full of resources. I built a gem cutter and cut my rough ambers, and then I upgraded my crafting bench to rare, and finally unlocking access to new recipes like rare axe, pickaxe, and swords. Crafted myself an essence table, and immediately I added essence of durability to my pickaxe and my axe. I expanded my village some more, and then gathered some resources on the following days before heading back to the desert to collect more materials. I made a garden area to make use of the seeds I got, and then started planting them. I also played around with the toy section of the crafting and making myself a car. I couldn't really steer it with this, so I got rid of the idea of using it for exploration, and I just left it on the wilderness. I don't know where it is from today. I decided to make a flying vehicle instead so I can travel in the air uninterrupted, but it also didn't work out as planned. But hey, we're flying. Sort of. That's enough of playing with toys. So today I just decided to run over to the dry valley. I then killed some skeletons to farm blast powders to experiment again for flying machines in the future. And this nice ferry led me to a cave where we're now gonna explore in a hot area of volcanoes. It seems we're too hot in this place. But I have a charm that gives me 2 extra hearts as long as I'm fully healthy. So that actually counters it unless monster damages us to the point where we lose the HP, making us not full anymore. But it's easy to get it back. I'll just need to heal up again and earn the extra hearts. I actually obtained a lot of stuff here, starting with copper. I then obtained some obsidian, bright cores, rubies, and blast core from this explosive grab. Alright, after a long days of gathering resources, I went home and I straight processed my materials. I obtained myself a obsidian slab. I then checked out my crafting bench to see what I needed. It seems I needed 15 copper bars, 25 obsidian slab, and a brute scale. Oh no, we're gonna look for the brute. It's gonna be one of our first boss fight. I'm not sure where it's located, but we'll eventually find it. In order to process our copper ores to copper bar, I needed to make this metal smelter. And after storing all my items, I decided to craft a lot of arrows since we're gonna be challenging the brute, and as far as I know, it's gonna be a really tough enemy, so we need all the ammunitions we can to beat it up. Right, after processing everything, I decided to experiment again with the toys, making sure we can fly. Designing my ship now. There are fences to make sure we don't fall off. Look how safe this is now. For sure I wouldn't fall off. I'm shielded. It seems one balloon wasn't enough to actually lift us up. So I tried removing the fences thinking it might help remove some weight, but it actually didn't help at all. So I decided to just craft another balloon. But, well, it didn't balance well. So yeah, I need another balloon to balance things out. So I search up Google on how to land a plane, and I think we just need to build this wooden crate, but it actually didn't work so well. It broke our ship and it fell, and I wasted material and I also fell, and our balloon is up there and we have no way of getting up. All we can do is try. Just make another balloon. I didn't give up on the ship I lost, so I actually made this stair so I could fly towards my ship. I successfully managed to land on my balloon ship, and I put some weight on it so it could go down. And now it's time to rethink of a plan to actually make this work. So instead of fences, I decided to expand it, adding more defense to it. Definitely adding some foundations on the bottom so it doesn't break when it lands fast. Also added some foundations on top so it would shield me from actually falling off. I expanded it more, thinking I would require space, so I can put some chests in it, and also maybe a bed. It can be a mobile base now. We had one problem with this. I didn't have any more silk threads to actually make more balloons, so I had to hunt a lot of it. Because you need about 2 fabric, which is 10 silk threads, and those dang spiders are pretty rare if you're looking for them. So after a few days of hunting, maybe 2 or 3 days, after a few days of hunting some spiders, I finally had enough thread to make our balloon fly. Honestly, for balloon wasn't enough. We need to expand it more. While I was going out on a hunt for more silk, I actually discovered the brute, and it's finally time to fight this guy because we needed a scale to upgrade our crafting bench. And well, the battle wasn't that exciting. I just kite it above rocks and it doesn't even want to come near us, so I just need to dodge it rock throws, and I eventually killed him. Nice boss fight. So I continued my search for more silk after defeating the brute, and it was the most painful thing I ever did in this game, looking for silk. I wanted to stop. And 6 balloons later, it finally, I guess, went up a bit. We need more. Or I think I just need to destroy some foundations. And finally, with our 7th balloon, it finally flew. So my plan is to make it land. I just need to make one dynamic foundation and it will slowly descend. After adding chests and the bed, it's finally time to go on our adventure back to the desert to mine. So yeah, my only way of turning this thing is by pushing it with the wheels on it, in hopes that it would actually turn when I push. And after a while, finally take off. Honestly, it wasn't looking good, but I didn't want to give up on my ship, so I kept trying until it actually moved. And as we went trying to fly, there was actually a brute in front of us. So, oh my god, I gotta get off the ship. It might break it. So I had to, like, abandon ship. and I fought the brute. And after defeating it, I went back to my shenanigans of wasting my life on this ship that doesn't even work. I'm in so much pain with this ship. I should have never started this project, but yeah, let's not give up on this ship. So I went ahead and collected more silk, thinking all I needed was more balloons because our ship is heavy. But oh boy, was I wrong. It wasn't actually more balloons we needed. It's actually a new ship because this thing has been bug as heck. So let's just skip all my suffering and let's just go to the good part where we actually make the ship work. 2 extra large balloons later, we're finally flying. Now resuming our adventure to the desert. Let's go. But if only we could steer left and right. I'm not even sure where we're headed anymore. And after this long, painful journey, we're finally headed to the right direction towards the desert. But that's not where my journey ends actually. And after arriving to the desert, I wanted to search for a cave before I descended. So yeah, I landed my ship. I actually didn't know that it would break there. Like, it would bug out and I won't be able to make it fly anymore no matter how much I break my foundation. And I don't know why. And so another second part of the painful event starts. But that's after I looted a whole cave. I honestly don't know where everything went wrong. Maybe when it got stuck to this rock right here. It just stopped flying. I don't know why. No matter what I tried, it just doesn't fly anymore. I broke my foundations and everything. It still had a balloon. So it was finally actually time to give up on this ship and just make a new one. So I built all the necessary crafting benches I needed. Like the thread maker, the lumber mill, and even the loom. And after a painful day of actually looking for spiders in the desert, and the spiders in the desert actually drops 2 silk, which is good, but still it was a real pain in the butt to actually make another functioning ship. Just to return home with all the items. It's only balloon changing back my materials. Alright, I got tired of all the hunting for silk. I just decided to raid a cave. Got a lot of resources, especially the blast cores. We needed them to melt our coppers into bars. And afterwards, resumed our silk journey to actually build our freaking flying balloon. And it never flew. No matter what I did. Let's just say I spent like an extra 10 days here or something. I didn't count. It's just too much pain to go through over all the days I spent in the desert just making another ship. I'm not gonna go over whatever happened on this balloon adventure we have. But yeah, I basically wasn't gonna give up like that, so I had an idea to just make one flat platform, one balloon, a lot of chests surrounding it, and point the thrusters towards my base. And it worked out fine, and I can finally give up on this whole balloon thing. But yeah, I decided to take a safe route. Instead of breaking the balloon off this platform, I decided to break all my chests so all the loot would drop, and I will just need to physically pick them up on the ground and put it on my storage on my base. That's a safer choice for me rather than risking everything by breaking the balloon and breaking everything. Alright, time skip. I felt like that whole project took 1 month of my life. So basically 30 days. Day 55. I traveled to the desert again by foot this time because I didn't want the hassle of using balloons again. I needed to gather more resources in order to craft some other goodies I couldn't. And after getting home, crafting everything, it's finally time to actually plan on getting to the ice biome or the ice mountains. I didn't want to give up on the balloon even with all the hardship. So I googled up how to make a good balloon that can steer right and left, and surprisingly they were pretty good. Went on my way towards the ice mountains, and as I arrived I actually saw a cave close by. So I decided to explore the insides of the cave, but not till I got my curiosity of killing this new cow. But it actually dropped the same thing as a regular cow, just meat, but it's tankier than the normal cow. And also I found the snow crab, which was easily killed because, you know, you just raise a shield and just whack it to death. Right. Upon reaching the cave, there was nothing here aside from irons and a chest. I guess I got one of those caves where it only contained irons and chests and nothing else, no monsters or whatsoever. I guess I was pretty lucky. And the downside with all of this after going home was these iron ores actually required more bright cores, meaning I'll need to go to the desert once more. And yeah, also the monsters here at night on the ice mountain are tanky as heck, and they do so much damage, and I'm scared staying here. I needed to go home fast. I honestly don't know what happened while I was boosting my ship. I suddenly just fell down and there was a brute beside me and I just died. Just died in one hit. Lord. So after getting all the materials, I then hurriedly processed my irons to iron bars, and then I tried looking at the recipes, see if there's anything I can make with the current materials I have. And after that was done, I decided to make another balloon ship with a working lever to go left. Only left. Left is enough. We can just turn the boat around. And I tried going to this rainbow. I was very curious to what it provided. I used my big brain to figure out what to do, and oh, they're dancing, so I pressed the dance button and they gave me items. Oh my god, I've been playing this game for a while now, and only then I discovered you can do that, and they actually gave pretty good items. Uncommon sword and other uncommon stuff. So yeah, after that shenanigan, I looked for a cave. I mined the heck out of its bright cores, and I went home with a full inventory, with a ship with a chest now because we can steer the ship now. Technology. Crafted all the gears I wanted that I couldn't before, now with the desert resources. And now my plan is to go back to the ice mountains to explore whatever this place provides. Basically, I was looking for another cave to go to and see what it can provide. And I discovered this new rock with a malachite or whatever. And after running some more, I eventually found a cave. It took a while, but I found a cave. I discovered there were actually bone dogs in this cave. And it dropped a cursed bone. I explored the cave some more until I found some sapphires, which unlocked the recipe for an essence of luck. And aside from that, the cave doesn't really provide me with anything else. So just the bones, sapphires, and some iron. So I went home, pockets full, and now it's time to make more items with our loots. And I think so far so good. I have explored what I can in this game. Alright, so I totally lost count of the days I've played this game. Basically, the balloon project made me lose my mentality. I explored what I can explore in this game currently. I heard in the future they have there's more updates to come. But for now, this is our 67 days of Fortnite. So it's 100 minus 33. Lego Fortnite. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye.